Everybody phones on silent. Put it up.
Giving all honor and praises to the Most High Yah and His Son Yahushua. Thanks for coming in on going to the class called 40 Tried Completion and New Beginning. Basically, we're going into the 40 years. 40 years and 40 days. How to pride. Basically just going to a few precepts, man, just giving the body of edification. So sometimes you read things and you don't know what it is. So basically just do a couple breakdowns on the number 40 that's in the Bible. First precept we want to pull is Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 1.
Can you explain the title for me, please?
The book of Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 1. The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord.
Brother Ezekiel, read.
And set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones.
That's Israel. Read.
And caused me to pass by them round about. And lo, were very many in the open valley.
Read on.
And lo, they were very dry.
He said they were very dry. It was a lot of bones that was in the valley, and it was dry. Means that they didn't have the law statute. They wasn't following the law statute command. Read.
And he said, Son of man, can these bones live?
He said, can these bones live? Read.
And I, oh Lord God, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord.
See, the thing, his brother Ezekiel, he was telling to these dry bones, he said, man, y'all hear the word of the Lord. Man. Let's go to Genesis chapter 7. We're going to start at, now, what Ezekiel was doing, he was trying to prophesy to the bones or the children of Israel so they would live. Now, we're going to see how to prophesy to the bones before they would this death and destruction came. When you get there, I'll read that.
The book of Genesis chapter 7,
verse 4.
For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to the earth. 40 days and 40 nights.
So this is after Noah would prophesy to the people, telling them, hey man, look, the Most High God is finna bring death and destruction to this place, man. Hey, get your mind right, get your mind right. People wouldn't do it. They wouldn't follow, they wouldn't hearken to the voice of the Lord. He said in 7 days, I'm finna bring rain into the earth. Read.
And every living son will I destroy from off the face of the earth.
He said every single thing on earth he was going to destroy off the face of the earth. Read.
And Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him.
See, because now Lord did, he did it. If you read a few chapters back, it'll show you how Noah was perfect. Because Noah did follow the laws of the Lord. He did what the Lord said to do. Drop down to verse 12 right quick.
Verse 12. And 40 days and 40 nights.
He said, now the rain had came upon the 50 days and 40 nights. Read on up.
And the self same day entered Noah and Shem and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his son.
Read on up.
They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every after his kind, every bird of every sort.
That's right. So the thing is, when Noah and warning the people is, we down to this day, we teaching and warning the people, showing them like, look, destruction will come to America. Repent. But our people don't hear that thing. But since they didn't hear that thing, that's why the Most High, he closed what he closed off into the ark, and he closed it off and he shut it down. Once he shut it down, guess what? After the 40, it was completion. Read on.
15. Wherein is the breath of life.
He said, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein the breath of life was there. That was God coming. There's nowhere in the hell you can put lions and tigers and bears and all of that stuff into one boat and nobody killed them. But the thing is, when he put the breath of life in it, when he put his commandment, everything had to fall upon the commandments of the Most High God, no matter how it goes.
And they that went in, male and female of all flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And in him, and the Lord shut him in.
And see, now he shut him in. Read.
And the and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lift up.
Read on up.
And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth. And upon the face of the waters.
Read.
And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth. Hills that were under the whole heaven were covered.
Now the ark is now it rained for 40 days. Now the ark is up, and everything on the earth is being. Read up. Verse 20. 50 upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. It was so much water on the earth that all the mountains was covered up. Read. 21. And all flesh died on the earth. He said all flesh died that moved upon the earth. After 40 days, the spirit came upon the earth and killed everything. Everything that wasn't on that boat, dogs, animals, everything that was upon the earth died. Read. And all flesh died of fowl and of cattle and of beasts and of every creeping thing that on the earth, and every man. And every man. So ain't nobody making this situation. You couldn't make nothing. You can't add nothing to take away from it. It said everything died, man. After 40 days. It's showing destruction to this land, man. Read up. All in whose nostril breath of life of all that was in the dry land died. He said all these that was in all that was on dry land, they died, man. Every single thing on this earth had wither away. Matter of fact, jump down to
22.
Yeah, it is.
Because when you think about it, they knew God's commandments too, but they wasn't keeping them.
That's right.
That's what separated Noah from the one that was keeping the commandments. Then later on, when the sons went out, because we knew the Shem was the chosen seed. Go ahead.
Matter of fact, where the breath of life first came into, give me Genesis 2 and 7.
Because that is one of the misconceptions of the Bible. That's what we always tell brothers and sisters. Genesis and Revelation, 2 of the hardest books of the Bible to interpret. They had God's laws from the beginning. They had them. Go ahead.
Read it up.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
That he breathed in his nostrils, man. Read.
And man became a living soul.
See, if you look on this chapter, it's showing you that on the 7th, that's when he made it. But when you go on, he made something too. He made a man too. But that's a little deeper than we'll go right now today. But let's go back to Genesis chapter 8 and verse 8.
And it came to pass at the end of 40 days.
He said it came to pass at the end, after everything was killed off the earth, read,
that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the water from off the earth.
So now the whole time after the flood came, Noah's ark done rose up, and he's sending ravens out. He started sending birds out to try to. But when he first started, the birds kept coming back. He kept sending it back, send it out, bird come back, send it out, bird come back, until they finally found something that they can land on, or they can sit there and settle on, and they ain't got to come back to the boat. Keep reading. Explain and read.
Verse 8. Also, he sent forth a dove from him to see if the Lord ate it from off the face of the ground.
Read.
But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot to him into the ark. For the waters were on the face of the whole earth. He put forth his hand and took her and pulled her in unto him.
Because he was sitting on birds out. When the birds come back, he grab it, pull it back into the ark. 21.
Verse 21. And the Lord smelled a sweet and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground for man's sake.
Now, this is after Noah had. This is after Noah after the flood had left, after the flood. Matter of fact, jump over, we'll get there. Verse 20.
Genesis 8, and Noah builded an altar to the Lord.
That's after Noah got on the dry land. Read.
And of every clean beast and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar, a sweet savor. And the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the man's heart is evil from you, neither will I again smite and any more everything living, as I
was making a covenant with Noah, saying, look, I'm not gonna kill everything on earth more. I got who I want on earth. I got all the animals that I need on earth. Look, all you need to do is go out and be fruitful, multiply. Matter of fact, jump down to verse 9 and verse.
And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, be and multiply and replenish the earth.
Now he's telling Noah, hey man, be fruitful, multiply the whole earth, and that's what his sons do. And so that's how we got our nations now. Matter of fact, to verse 13, I'm gonna show you something what the Lord gave Noah in part of the covenant. If people don't know, we're gonna have to go get this so people can read that up.
Genesis 9 and 30. My bow in the cloud.
What is that? Anybody know what that is? Y'all know what's that? He said a bow in the cloud. It's the rain to that, like America, how they treat the rainbow. They treated it a homosexual thing. But the rainbow was given to our forefathers, man. There was a covenant between him and God. He destroyed the earth, man.
He wasn't going to destroy the earth no more about
water. I want the birds to catch it. Go ahead.
I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be of a covenant between me and the earth.
Read on.
And it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud.
Read.
And I will covenant which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. There shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh.
So now that's what to the world. Look, I'm gonna put this bow up on them. I'm gonna put my sign in the heaven and show you I'm not gonna destroy this thing by water anymore, man. But he didn't say by fire and destruction. He just said about water. He ain't gonna destroy this thing. So we can't really go. That's when you get lost in the sauce.
Because does anybody know? Just plenty of time before y'all should know. Where is the ark? Where did the ark rest today? Where is the ark? Do anybody know? Because the ark is out there. It is out there. In terms of read Genesis 8:4 right quick.
The book of Genesis chapter 8 verse 4. In the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the Mount Ararat.
The mountains of Ararat today is in Turkey. Guess what? The boat done fossilized. It's many sites that y'all can go on and look this stuff up. The Moabites, guess what? They crafted specific tools to go in there and dig for them. So if the ark is real, that lets you know that God's chosen people is real too. That's what we tell brothers. I'll go in there and do your research because it's out there. It's just unfossilized, but it's still there. They know it's there. It's up there. Go ahead,
Come on it. Go back to Ezekiel chapter 37, please. 37, verse 10 right quick.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 10.
Bone, which is Israel, read.
So I prophesied as he commanded me. Death came unto them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, and exceeding great.
Revelation 11:11. Read.
Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel.
He's saying these bones are the whole house of Israel.
Behold, they say, our bones are dry, and hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts.
Drop down to verse 14.
And shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live. And I shall place you in. Then shall ye know that I, the Lord, have spoken it and performed it. Said the
because the prophet Ezekiel, guess what? He was prophesying just like all the rest of the prophet was doing. See, the thing is, when in Noah time, guess what? Noah prophesied to the Most High God went to earth for. Ezekiel prophesied to the dry. Guess what? The Most High God doing? Went to earth for what? With the word. That's what we doing right now. In the earth for right now. When we prophesy to the world right now, we showing the world. Look, we showing the world. Definitely destruction will come to all four corners of the earth, man. He's got his people, man. Give me Exodus chapter 34 and verse 28. I'm going to Moses right quick, man. Chapter 34. Everybody knows the story of Moses. 40 days, 40 nights, Moses. You get there, I'll read that.
book of Exodus chapter 34, verse 28. And he was there with the Lord 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water.
See, because now defile our bodies right now. What that man tried to do when he what's the other thing he
Try to fast
40 days and 40 nights? Yeah, the Hamite. How long he fast?
He made 30 days and died of dehydration and malnutrition.
Man, come on, man. We don't get down like man. They can't get down like we get down, man. I guess he was trying to prove the power.
He was trying to outdo your house records, what he called himself.
They'll teach you.
The thing about that is, in order for you to do that kind of fast, the Most High gotta be with you. Your body will not survive. Period. So if you're not, if you plan on trying, you better make sure you ban all them laws. That's
right. That's the only way, man. Brothers can get lost, like tell you that.
Yeah, that's thing. He went out to the woods, so he couldn't get to nothing.
He went out to the woods.
Yeah, if he was back in the house in 10 days, he probably would have raised the refrigerator.
Yeah, probably some of it.
Every time, man.
It'll teach you, man. Go read the rest of the
Exodus 34 and 28. And he was Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water.
See, he said he was with Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He didn't eat or drink. Read.
He didn't eat. He did neither eat bread nor drink water. And he wrote upon the tables the word of the 10 commandments.
He said he wrote upon the 10 commandments. Give me Exodus 24 verse 1 right quick. Yeah, that's what I want.
Exodus 24 verse 1. And he said unto Moses, come up unto the Lord, thou and Abihu, and 70 of the elders and worship ye afar off.
Yeah. He said, come up. He said, now all he said, these three, he said, Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu. He said, y'all come up and worship afar off. Read.
And Moses alone shall come, Lord, but they shall not come nigh. Neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the judgments, and all answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord had said will we do.
Moses giving them now they really signing an agreement, man. They saying now all the words which the Lord said, they say we will do. Tell the Lord that, guess what? You gonna have to make good on your word, man. Because if you don't, he can look at you collect, man. it ain't nowhere around. He comes to collect. Give me Deuteronomy 2:7 right quick.
And hold up right quick.
Show you something.
Even before I go there,
Mm-hmm.
he was up 3 days and 40 nights. He wasn't up there just to get just 10 commandments.
Oh, man.
It was more commandments than that. He was getting over 600 commandments. He was getting the past history, the present, and to Moses was getting all of these things. We're gonna bring this out because a lot of commandments, those 10 commandments are like the vocal points for all the other commandments. Like when it talks about rape falls upon the murder, you know, and so forth and so forth. Keeping the Sabbath falls under keep the Lord. Matter of fact, let's get that in Exodus 20. Remember the Sabbath day. That's what I want.
Yeah.
All those high holy days falls up under those categories.
He would have got to the 613, but when he brought just down to 10, they was already. Before he could even bring the rest, they was already tripping. I guess I'm bringing the first 10.
Man, and that was the most I said. He said, man, look here, man. Hey, man. Go on down here, man, because these people have lost their dang on mind, man. That's the class you just brought the other day. How they made the multi-image, man.
2 verse 7. For the Lord thy God has blessed thee in all the works of thy hand. He put thy walking through this great wilderness.
He said, the Lord thy God blessed thee in all thy. And look, he said, through the whole walk in this great wilderness.
These 40 years, the Lord thy God has been with thee. Thou hast lacked nothing.
Thou hast lacked nothing, man. Just imagine, man, 40 years, thou hast lacked nothing in your whole entire walk, man. See, the thing is, while he was trying, he was taking care of them.
That's right.
He didn't just try them and lead them. I'm gonna lead y'all straight. No, he did them for 40 years. That's something up.
And that 40 years, that's heavy too, because guess what? You burn today, a lot of them were stuck in the ways of the Egyptians, so he was also killing a lot of them too. To come up out of those philosophies and the ways of Egypt. You know, the Most High, like I was saying, find them, you know. Go ahead,
Come. Give me Exodus chapter 16 right quick. Going to start. Want to pull 16 and verse 35. Read it out.
The book of Exodus chapter 65. And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years until the land inhabited.
See, now he said the children of Israel ate manna for 40 years. Up here on this earth, man, right now. And man, we don't want for no food, no nothing, man. For 40 years, man. Man, that's something special that people really don't see, man. It's hard to keep some food in the house, man. Look at it in a week. In a few days, man, keep some food. Especially we got two or three in one house, man. It's hard to keep food in there. But he fed the children of Israel 40 straight years, man. And they still complain, man. And they still murmur, man. They still talk, man. Read up.
They did eat manna until they came until Canaan.
And see, that's when they was finna and go in and start. He was feeding them, leading them, guiding them, gave them everything that they needed. Matter of fact, I'll show you something. Go to Deuteronomy 8 right quick. All right, quick, man. He was feeding them, leading them, and guiding the whole time out, and they just didn't consider what the Lord done, man. Read up.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 1. All the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye that ye may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which the Lord swore.
That's the kingdom, man. He gave them rulership, man. He said, "All the lands that I swore to y'all forefathers, man." And that's the same thing he's doing for us right now. He gave us he's giving the land that he swore to us, man. But we got to be following these commandments, man. Read out.
Thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 4 wilderness.
See, now he telling the children of Israel, hey, man, y'all got, look here, 40 years I took care of y'all. I did everything. I did everything. Y'all safe. I kept y'all home. I kept y'all with food. I kept y'all with everything. Y'all got to remember the commandments, man. Read out.
To humble thee.
To do what?
To thee.
Read that one more time.
To humble thee.
God did this to humble our brother spirits, man. Just like, guess what? Today, putting us through this trials, he's humbling ourselves. Brothers got pride, they lifted up. Sisters got pride on them. Yeah, you got to bring that back down for a 0 notch.
That's right.
You got to start all over again, man. Go ahead.
And I'll get it right on the nail, man. He said to humble thee. What does humble mean, man? Matter of fact, give me the definition of the humble. He said to humble. When you looking that's not humble, that's somebody that's arrogant, that's somebody that's prideful, that's somebody that's selfish.
And we know that pride is the beginning of sin. So all this add sin to sin.
On it. So the opposite of humble, man, is everything else. It's all the above, man.
Humble out of the Bible dictionary. It means low, high, or lofty. Like humbleness built on the ground. Low opposed to lofty, mean not magnificent as a humble cottage.
Now, thing is, when you humble, it's not saying that you need to get your face down to the ground and get yourself low. No, you need to check down, man. You need to check whatever you got going and bring it to not. You need to bring that all the way down, man.
And let's go to where's that scripture where I need to decrease so that he may increase up to a low estate, not thinking so highly that I can do it. I got it all intact. That's not humble. But you don't know, like right now, we don't know nothing. We learn from the Most High. But as far as us as a little old bitty, think about it. The thing that's going on in the world, you just suspect. So that's what we need to be. I can't do nothing without the Most High anyway. That's humbleness.
Like me and I was talking about this morning, and just like this guy finished bringing out, I know we kind of went through it, but people don't consider Noah, man. We don't consider the years of many generations. We don't consider how the Bible to give you example. See, the Most High God was choosing certain numbers of the Bible to show you how he tried things. He shows each number of the Bible show you how his works had manifested. See, the thing is, we just want it. We, like I said, we're a microwave generation, man. We want it right now. Even in no matter all the things you do, you still want it, man. He said, don't do nothing without counsel, man. But the thing is, we in America got things so convenient. So right now, their gift is destroying our people's heart. They forgot how to try something. They forgot how to observe times and to observe the things and the people that you do try, man. They forget those things, man.
Because we got to even understand, like Noah. During the time of Noah, it never rained. So when they telling it rain, they not believing it. So your faith has to be even more embedded, man. You know, it was that watered the earth.
That's right.
It never rained hard like how the Most High was gonna bring that on, man. And so him like he was just lying, man.
At that point, it never rained, period. at the time of Noah.
That's right.
It was just a mist that covered the ground.
We go get that Genesis chapter 2 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Go get. You see, like I'm saying, there was a mist. That's all it was on the earth.
Like the dude.
They like, oh, if that's what's gonna come on, oh man, there ain't nothing but some little dew gonna hit the earth. He said, nah, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
This is different, man. Read that up.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 5. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field grew.
Mm-hmm.
For the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth and the ground.
Read
But there went up a mist from the earth and watered the face of the ground.
and that's all there really was, man. There was nothing, just like a little mist, like I said, like on the earth, man. They ain't never seen nothing just come out the sky, just rain, heat you on top of the head. So that let you know they didn't have no umbrellas. No rain. But no, man. On the serious side of it though, it never rained. Outside right now, we say, hey man, that big black man gonna crack the sky. And they like, man, these niggas lost their damn mind, man.
Exactly.
But like, yes, it is, man.
It's man, crazy, man. The same thing. It's just in the perspective. The Most High was using the flood, but guess what? He gonna flood them with chariots.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
That's right. And he gonna bring fire and brimstone, man. He got to bring you to this place, man. Keep reading up, verse 8 on chapter
Deuteronomy 8 verse.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years and to prove thee.
Now he said to humble thee and to thee. That's what the Most High God took 40 years to do, is to humble us down. Now, see, it's giving you to example on how a man is supposed to life. That's the example. Everything in the Bible, you humble her, then you prove her. See, the thing is, if you see her ways, guess what? You're going to try to check up with the Bible. So no, you don't do that. To show what the Lord say, guess what? She humble herself down. Now, I see enough to do what the Lord say to do. She humble enough. Guess what? Now I'm going to start trying to prove the print is laid out. You just got to look at the blueprint and follow it. Simple as that, man. That's how that thing go, man. Go ahead,
And to prove thee what was in thine heart.
Because when you proving something, now you know what's something. Now you proving and you humbling something. That's what he did for the children of Israel. He proved us, then he humbled us, and so he can know. So you know what's in your heart. Now he's showing us. Now he God. He don't need to do all that, but he's even show us on how we supposed to do. Read up.
Whether thou wouldest keep it or no.
Now he's saying he prove you whether you gonna keep his commandments or not, or disobedient, man. That's what he's going into, man. Read.
And he humbled thee.
Matter of fact, let me get 1 Samuel, man. The holy precept. Let me get 1 Samuel. I think it's 15, 22. Yeah, 15 and 22.
1 Samuel 15, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord?
He said, does the Lord had, when they was doing the sacrifices, man? He said, as the Lord has great delight in burnt offerings than sacrifice. He said, what does the Lord have? Does he have more? Does he want you to obey him or sacrifices more?
Exactly.
Which one do you think the Lord wants you to do, man? He wants you to obey him more, man. Read up.
Behold, to is better than sacrifice.
He said to obey him is better than sacrifice, man.
To hearken than the fat of ram.
He said to hearken to his word, not to obey, to listen, and to hearken than to give a burnt offering. That's one Christ had to come back and fulfill, man. Because guess what, man? People were sinning, turtle doves over here ready for you. I got 2 turtle doves and a fat ring. You come on and buy for me. No, see, that's the scribes and Pharisees, man. We don't get down like that, man. He'd do away with that thing like that, man, because our people wouldn't listen, man.
Exactly. Read verse 23. Constantly be touching on this to read that.
For rebellion is as the sin.
Read that again.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
The Most High compares it to the sin of witchcraft. He said they are both the same thing, and you know that it's what he suffered not a wish to live. He suffered not a rebellious brother to live. Suffer not. So guess what? Those things go hand in hand. Being rebellious to his commandments, guess what? He will put your lights out. Read on up.
And stubbornness.
And what?
And
a lot of brothers and sisters that's stubborn in this truth. Read on up.
Is as iniquity and idolatry.
That's just like you dealing in idolatry. Read on up.
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected thee from being king.
And that's why you see our brothers getting put to death, because they rejecting the Most High God. So guess what? He gonna reject them by letting the other nations go ahead.
Come and see, that's what our people. That's why I realize, man, when he trying to, just like right now, people don't understand what season they in. Look at all what's going on in Israel. He's shaking the world of right now. And our brothers and sisters cannot see that, man. Until we repent and to choose and to know who is the Lord, or to know who his son is, things are going to continue to keep happening. No, we are a disobedient nation, man.
Exactly.
Go ahead,
And I'm glad I brought that up, man. It's a good point, because even in Israel, guess what? We can still be humble. You still need to practice on being humble. It's all good and dandy that you know your nationality and this and that, so forth. You know, with the nations, but guess what? You still have to have that humble spirit too. You know, to do your good.
But because if you don't have the humble spirit, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna rule in unrighteousness, man. And he's not finished. He's not setting up a kingdom for a kingdom to fall.
Yeah,
he's setting up for a kingdom to last forever. That's what people fail to realize. You think you're gonna bring this raise up into the kingdom like that? No, he's setting up a kingdom forever, man. He's not setting up to fail. That's why he said, no, I'm gonna put it in your mind and in your hearts. He's gonna put it in, because he's not setting nothing up to fail, man. Everything has to go by prophecy. The end all be all, he's setting it up forever, man. And that's what read up.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 3. And he humbled thee, and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, did thy fathers know, that he might make thee known that man does not live by bread only, that proceeded out of the mouth of the Lord doth man live.
That's the same thing. See, when he was up there on contending with the devil, he said the same thing. But we're gonna go get that in a minute. Keep reading up.
Verse 4. Wax not old thy raiment, wax not old upon thee, thy foot swell.
Now he's telling you, in 40 years, man. That let you know how much he was taking care of us in the wilderness. For 40 years, your clothes and shoes, none of that stuff never waxed old, man.
Exactly. Neither did they. Some of the bunions, brothers and sisters, be having just standing up 8 hours on the job. Guess what? When you Most High won't give you no bunions, man. Go ahead,
Come, man. Come. Verse 5.
Thy foot swell these 40 years. Verse 5. Thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so like God chasteneth thee.
Yeah, he said, now how he chastened his son, he's gonna have to, man, look, we in the proving stages right now. He's humble. He's trying to humble. He's humbling Israel that right now, and he's proving. He's humbling us, man. Because man, look, when you look here, man, hey. And he gonna provide your food and clothes and all of that. He gonna do. He provide all that. Guess what? No murmuring.
Exactly.
No backbiting. Because things that were written aforetime were written for our learning.
That's right.
That we through patience. Matter of fact, because that goes hand in hand. Because you're gonna have to have this when he's trying you. Trying us for 40 years. Say, friend, he's trying us for 40 years. We gonna have to have. We are gonna have to have that patience. Go give me Romans 15.
Yeah, I don't eat leaves. I don't eat.
Yeah, I don't want no crickets. But hey, crickets is clean for you. But I don't want no. Okay, well you finna starve then. We're gonna be like the dude over there, the Hamite that try to pay 40 or for more than 40. You ain't gonna make it. Read that. Slot.
Book of Romans, the 15th verse 4. Whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
He said these things were really the things that we were written for our learning. Read
that we through patience
read
and comfort of the scriptures. My hope.
Now he said we through patience of the comfort, patience and comfort of the scripture might have hope. You understand? If you get tried, you better be patient, man. You better check them thoughts, man, because he know your thoughts too.
Exactly.
You better check yourself. But it ain't gonna be no disrespecting in the kingdom. And then when I will shine you, it ain't gonna be no disrespecting the king. You get your neck snapped out, man.
That's right.
He ain't playing no game. He come back to play no game. He's not passing out daisies and giving. Oh, Joe Austin, it's finna be so beautiful, and the world is so. And this is my Bible, and I love it. And I'm not gonna open it up and read it. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm not gonna play with you like that, man. He's finna kill you, man. He's coming back to destroy, man. Do my slide. Right quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 6. Therefore thou shalt keep the commandment of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him. So the thing is, after he tried you for these 40 years, he done showed all you got to understand. Back in the day of Moses, he gave them all these signs. Guess what? He gave them shade in the nighttime, gave them light at night. Gave them light at night in the daytime, man. Fed them manna. Look, gave them their clothes never waxed old, shoes, their feet never hurt. 40 years, man. And they still wasn't good enough, man. But to make it to the kingdom, be good enough, man. You better know, you better understand, man. You better know enough, or you're not gonna make it, man. He's showing you through these. Guess what? That's the pure 40. He chose 40 years. Guess what? They fasted for 40 days. Moses fasted for 40 days. Guess what Moses was doing? He was killing. Moses was killing off for 40 days. Guess what? When the Most High, guess what? He bring the flood to the world in our flesh. Our forefathers knew what was going on. They knew that thing that was written all the time. That's why they can go back. Oh, I need to kill this flesh out. In 40 days, guess what? Moses killed off all flesh in 40 days. Yahushua killed off all his flesh in 40 days. So he could be totally out of spirit of the Most High God to lead the people the way the Lord wants you.
Matter of fact, let's touch on that real quick. Give me Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 5. Because like Ak is bringing out, man, we have to go back to the wilderness, man. That's what we, Lord's will, the kingdom first. We pray that we get in the kingdom first. Then that's what you're gonna have to be even extra obedient unto these laws, statutes, and commandments. Read that right quick.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 20, verse 35. And I will bring you into of the people, and there will I plead with your fate with you face to face.
Now, like I said, he ain't gonna be God's plead, the Most High. Christ pleading is not like Joel's Osteen's.
Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the
because during those 40 years he was killing a lot of them because they didn't want to repent and obey him. Read on up.
So with you, said the Lord.
Like it says, the things aforetime was written for our learning. The same thing that happened is gonna happen again. Read on up.
And I will cause you to pass under the rod.
And he would do what?
Cause you to pass under the rod.
That rod is for protection or for chastening. He's gonna cause us up under a belt. Read on up.
And I will bring you into the bond of the covenant.
This is the point.
And I will purge out from among you the rebels.
He would do what?
And I will from among you the rebels.
The purging going into killing. Read on up.
And dress against me.
Them that do not want to obey his law, statutes, and commandments in the wilderness. Read on up.
Forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land.
Guess what? He can prove us in there because we can't be bringing all that filth and murmuring into the kingdom. It's not gonna fly like that. Read on up.
And ye shall know that I am the Lord.
Hey, guess what? Our people gonna know what a power is, man. They ain't gonna play no games in that day. Go ahead,
man. Because I was bringing out a strong point. That's exactly what's gonna happen, man. That's why look, it leaves you the blueprint on how things gonna go, man. You can sit here and try to act like it happened. Just because you think that it's not gonna happen, don't mean that it ain't gonna happen. Because guess what? Every prophecy had came to pass or will come to pass, man. You can try to act like it ain't. I'm gonna ignore it. It's not gonna change it just because you ignored it, man. It's not gonna change it, man. It's still gonna come to pass. 1 Samuel chapter 17, right quick. Good story, man. I thought I'd bring that out. Hey, that's real good, man. About forefather King David, man. I just keep, as I was reading through the spirit, man, I kept seeing 40, 40, 40. And it kept popping up. 40 changes, 40 kills off things, 40 tries. In the 40, it came to completion. In 40, it came to a new beginning. It became a new beginning, man. Just like you got the number 7, number 3. You have to go back and realize that these are not in the Bible for no reason.
Those are, they are significant numbers.
Come on.
Like I could bring it out. Go ahead.
Give me verse 3, 17 verse, book of Samuel 17:3. That's what I want.
Said there, and the Philistines stood on a mountain on the one side, and Israel stood on the other side, and there was a valley between them. Read, and there a champion out of the camp of the Philistines, named Goliath of Gath. It was 6 cubits and a span.
Now, this the story of Goliath. And everybody, I don't know, because if you, most of the people that deal with, even in using the world, they always kind of tell you about this story with, David and Goliath. They said David and Goliath, I think I was bringing out Goliath was 9'9". He's considered in our, if we look at it, 9'9", he couldn't even stand up in here, man. So he would be considered as a straight up giant. Read.
And there went out a champion out of the camp of the Philistines named Goliath, had 6 cubits and a span.
Drop down to verse 8.
Verse 8. And cried unto the armies of Israel and said unto them, why are ye come out to set your battle? Am not I a Philistine? And ye servants, choose you a man for you, and let him come down to me.
This is what Goliath said, man, choose y'all a man, and let him come down to me, man. Read.
If he be able to fight with to kill me, then will we be your servants. But if I can kill him, then shall ye be our servants and serve us.
He said, look at man. Now he's giving them an ultimatum right now. He said, look, if I kick your butt, you have to serve me, man. But if you kick my butt, I serve you.
Philistine said, I defy the armies of Israel this day.
He said, man, look at our, he said, how we basically say, man, forget y'all, man. But you know, in another kind of way, it's say F y'all. Read up. Don't fight any one of y'all, man. That's how I read.
When Saul and
he said when they heard I said, he's like, man, we scared like a mug, man. I'm not finna mess with that big tall man. That man, it hurt somebody, man. Drop down to verse 14.
Verse 14. Mm-hmm. And the 3 elders followed Saul.
Matter of fact, go to 13 right quick.
Verse 13. And the 3 eldest sons of Jesse went and followed Saul to the battle. Names of his tree and the names of his 3 sons that went to the battle were Eliab, the firstborn, and next unto him Abinadab, and the Shammah. And David was the youngest, and the 3 elders followed Saul. David went and returned from Saul to feed his father's sheep at Bethlehem. And the Philistine dear morning and evening, and presented himself 40 days.
Now he stayed up there 40 days. Wait, anybody can get it, man. He's sitting around here 40, like, look, anybody can get it, man. He's trying like he big bad tough man. Look, I'm down here, man. Make us move, man. Bus. He down there 40 days. Guess what? After 40 days, something happened. And you know, after 40 days, something finna happen, man. You think you better start looking at them numbers in the Bible. Check them numbers out. After so many days, you better check them numbers out. Something gonna happen. Things that for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. They give you came back to give you that grace. You better check them numbers out. After 40 days, something, man. Read up.
And verse 17. And Jesse said unto David,
matter of fact, jump 22.
Verse 22. And David left his carriage in the hand of the keeper, ran into the army, and came and saluted his brethren. And as he saw them, behold, there came up the champion, the Philistine of Gath, Goliath.
Because David was talking to the army, because David was being a servant to the army. They was bringing all the different stuff, man, whatever they needed. He was bringing it. But as he was talking to the army, read up.
Out of the armies of the Philistines in the same words, and David heard them. And all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him and was sore afraid.
Now he's speaking the same words, man. Look, anybody want to battle, man? Anybody. And everybody was straight afraid again. He's like Debo around, man. That's basically what he was doing. He going around just punking everybody out, man. Anybody can get it. The little man, he might be small, but back Read it up.
And the men of Israel said, have ye seen this man that is come up? Defy Israel is he come up. And it shall be that the man who killeth him, that enrich him with great riches, and will give him his daughter, and make his father's house free.
Okay, drop down to verse 32 right quick, man. Show you something, man. What's gonna happen? But like I say, after 40, something got to move. We got to start considering these numbers, man. These numbers read up.
And David said to Saul, let no man's heart fail him. Thy servant will go and fight with the Philistine.
And they looking at David like this. Look, dude, man. He like, look, man. David like, man, David had a heart, man. Warrior, man. He said, man, no, man. This dude around here, he's looking at this man been around here 40 days. He's like, man, look here, man. I'm tired of, he basically said, man, I'm tired of I'm tired of him. Let me get him, man. He said, man, send me, man. Read.
33. And Saul said to David, thou art not able to go against this Philistine to fight with him. For that, and he a man of war from his youth.
Now he's telling you, look at man, he fight all his life, man. How the hell you gonna come up against him, man? Read.
And they said, thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion there and took a lamb out of the flock.
Now he tell King David, man, he telling them, look, man, I'm not scared of him, man. Look, let me explain to you how I get down.
Exactly.
Look, man, there came a lion up here where I got all these sheep. There came a lion up here and a bear. And watch what David said what happened. Read.
And took a lamb out of the flock. And
he said he went out after the lion and he smote him. Read.
And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard. Him and slew him.
Now he said, look here, this supposed to be a boy of his youth. He's supposed to be you said, look here, man, I caught this lion by a beard. Guess what? A man's supposed to grow a beard out. That's a bad. He said he caught the lion by the beard. After the lion rose up against him, but you know, the lion stole the sheep. Now he going against the lion see he trying to attack, so lion down. Then he killed the lion. Then what happened next?
Thy servant slew both the lion and the uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them.
What did he say?
And this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them.
He said this uncircumcised don't be. He said, this dude that y'all scared up, I'm gonna slew him the same way.
Let's get another precept on that. Give me Sirach 47:3, saying the same thing, man. David wasn't no joke, even from his youth up, man.
That's right.
You know, David was a warrior, the same thing.
The book of Sirach, chapter 47, verse 3. He played with lions as with kids.
Read that again.
He played with lions as with kids.
It said David played with lions as kids as in goats. Right. David was a warrior. Read on up.
And with bears.
And with birds as with lambs. That means he was battling them. He would handle those type of animals as he would handle the baby goats. You know, letting them know that he was no joke. Man.
Slew he not a giant?
Read on up.
When he was yet but young? And did he not take away when he lifted up his hand with the stone and the sling and beat down the boasting of Goliath?
Go ahead. That's all I want on that. I really just want verse 3. I want to take. All right.
No, man. That doesn't matter. Matter of fact, go ahead.
Read down to verse 5.
Read that.
We called upon the Most High Lord.
Read that again.
For he called upon the Most High Lord.
David was able to things because guess what? He put the Most High God first. He always called on the Lord. We don't. That's what the Most High God. Read on up.
And he gave him strength in his right hand to slay that mighty warrior.
To do what?
Warrior.
Read on up.
And set up the horn of his people.
Because he was also had his people too. When we have to prophesy. And guess what? We doing this for the Most High God, but we got our nation in too. We worried about our nation. That's how David was, man. Go ahead,
But go continue in verse 36.
Verse 36. Thy servant the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them. Defy the armies of the living God.
Drop down to verse 45.
Verse 5. Then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with a sword and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, thou hast defied.
Read.
This day will the Lord deliver thee into mine hand, I fight thee, and take thine head from thee.
Man, King David, he telling them off the top, look, and I'm finna kill you, and I'm cutting your head off, man. Man, just imagine, man, look, man, 9'9". He said, man, look, I'm finna kill you, and I'm finna cut what you gonna do with the head.
And I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this downs of the air, and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is God.
See, because that's how we got down, man. Our forefathers got down, man. No joke, man. Read up.
47. And all this a symbol that the Lord saved not with sword and spear.
He said, look, because they look at they want to have all these swords and spears and this and that. He said, man, the Lord, he said, he letting our people know at the top. We don't need weapons to defeat them, man. We got the Most High God, man. Right. Whatever he go bring, he tell you to go get a butter knife in there, man. I'm gonna show you how I get down, man. I'm finna kill this butter knife. Guess what? What you? Well, Lord, I want to go get a gun. He like, I told you to go get. He like, no, I told you to go get a gun. I want to get a gun. He looking at you like, man, do you know what? And David had faith, man. That's like right. That, man. He had faith. Look. He said, man, I got swords and knives and shields. Man, I don't need that, man. I got the Lord, the host.
And the Lord do that so he can let his power be expounded. A lot of times when you have those type of weapons, you really think you did it by your hand and not by the Most High. That's why the Most High does these things, so his power can be expanded upon.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Assembly shall know that the Lord saveth not with sword and spear for the battle, and he will give you unto our hands. And it came to pass when the Philistines nigh to meet David, that David hasted and ran toward the army to
see. Look at it. David wasn't you know, he ain't no dang on punk, man. He come look on front line with it, man. Look, y'all get back, man. You're like I said one day, boy. Like, I said, man, everybody stand down. Everybody took a step back. See, but it is, man. Warriors out here, man. There's no games gonna be played, man. Read up.
And verse 49. And his bag and took thence a stone.
He said, look. Now this man got a sword. He got this big heavy sword. He got all this equipment on. Look, man, David just took his hand and put in the bag and grabbed a little stone, man. A rock. And all these people, he got all Israel skin in his hand. So David finna save everybody with a rock. You know?
And took this a stone and slang it and smote his forehead, that the stone sunk into his forehead, and he fell upon his face. Read it. And slang it and smote the Philistine in his forehead, that the stone sunk into his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth. See,
y'all didn't catch that, did y'all? Did anybody catch that? He reached into the bag and grabbed the rock. He sunk into his forehead. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all something. Go to hold y'all precept. Go to Psalm 18. Let me show you something.
The book of Psalms, chapter 18, verse 2. Is my rock.
What did David have?
The Lord is my rock.
What did David have again?
The Lord is my
rock. The weapon that he chose was the Lord, man. We miss those things when the Lord have things out here for you. The things that are written, this thing is for our learning, man. He said, the Lord is my rock, man. Read.
And my fortress. And deliverer.
What did that rock do for David?
My fortress and my deliverer.
Did that rock deliver his man? That's the rock he had, man. He reached into his bag and grabbed that little rock, and he delivered all Israel from the Philistines, man. Read on up.
My God, in whom I will trust.
Because that's what David did. He trusted that rock, man. Read.
My horn of my salvation and my high tower.
And you know what a high tower will do? That's what, you can see everything coming from afar, man. Go back up. Samuel, what verse? What is it? 50. Read 49 again.
Verse 49. And David put his hand in his bag and took a stone and slang it and smote the Philistine in his forehead, that the stone sunk into his upon his face to the earth.
Hold on 1 second before you. David didn't trust in the rock. David trusted in God.
The rock is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he trusted God.
No, okay. But you trusted in God.
That's right.
He used the
the rock. Come, read that over again. Read up.
Verse 59. And that
he took this rock and he grabbed it and he slung it and he hit him in the forehead.
He sunk into his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth.
And what happened to the 9'9" giant? Read that again.
And sunk into his forehead, fell upon his face to the earth.
Now, after he threw this rock, now all these weapons and everything he could have, grabbed this rock and he smote him with the rock. And now he fell upon the. Now, let's see what happened. Read up.
So David prevailed over the Philistine with they seen and with a stone.
Read up.
And smote the Philistine and slew him. No sword in the hand of David.
It said it wasn't no sword in the hand of David, man. Read.
Ran and stood upon the Philistine and took his sword.
Now he said David ran because David told him. Again, he said, look, I'm going to take this sword. He said, man, look. He said, after I kill you, after I smite you, how I did the lions and the bears, after I smite you. He said, I'm going to cut your head off, man.
Therefore David ran and stood upon the Philistine and took his sword and the sheath thereof and slew him and cut off his head therewith.
Because he said he's going to do. He said he's going to cut off his head. Read.
And when the Philistines saw their champion, they fled.
Now when they seen it, now they beat the big mighty, he got defeated. Guess what happened? It's over with now. But respect didn't come just because King David looked at like a big mighty man or everybody can't fear. It wasn't by fear, man. It wasn't by fear a little bitty David. But David, guess what? Had trust.
Then it goes also into that one precept, how shall one chase 1,000? You know, by him just killing that 1,000 flee from David, man. You know, so we got Most High God, man. We have to understand that thing. Go ahead, up.
Matter of fact, let me get Matthew's chapter 3 and verse.
The book of Matthew, chapter 3, verse 17. A voice from heaven saying, "This is my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased."
This was after Christ got baptized, man, by John the Baptist. Read.
Then was led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil.
Now, after this is not Shalaki. It was after Christ. This is after Christ. He said, then Christ gonna be tempted by the devil. Read.
And when he had fasted 40 days and 40
nights, read.
He was afterward and hungry.
He was man, read.
And when the tempter came to him, he said, "If thou art God, command that these stones be made bread."
Now the Satan said, man, okay, in 40 nights, okay, I know, because guess what? Satan knows that Yahweh shall kill this spirit off and kill this flesh out too. He said, so okay, then you son of God. Then okay, then make these stones bread. Go to verse 4.
But he answered and said, "It is written, man shall by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God."
You can get that precept, Deuteronomy 8:3. It said that man shall not live by word which proceeded out of the mouth of the Lord, out of the mouth of God. See, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And even with that point, because he came in 40 days and 40 nights, he was at his most vulnerable, at his most weakest point. So we got the mind, brothers and sisters, is on fast. Don't let things tempt you. You know, like you said, man should not live alone. Go to this word, man. When you're feeling like something is gonna go wrong, that's what the scriptures is for. Go
and through the scriptures, guess what? It shows us. It shows like I was even telling you about from the beginning of the class. I was bringing out, they were expounding on to show you, guess what? All these symbols, these allegories, and all these parables that's in the Bible is showing you a blueprint of how things was to come and how things were and how our forefathers got down, man. Here showed you, look, after fasting for 40 days, guess what? You're gonna be tempted. That's right. Or after fasting, period, you're gonna be tempted. In your fast, guess what? It's showing you different things that's gonna show it's showing you how our people had the do's and the don'ts. All these things have meaning. We have to go in and just break those things there up, man. That's right. Give me Acts chapter 1. Verse 3. Right quick.
Book of Acts chapter 1, verse 3.
Mm-hmm. Read it out.
To whom also he showed himself alive after his passion, favorable proofs, being seen of them 40 days, and things pertaining to the kingdom of God.
Does anybody know what this going into? Anybody know what this going into? Junior, y'all know what this going into? Read it over again.
To whom also he showed himself alive after his passion by many infallible proofs, being seen of them 40 days, speaking of the things pertaining to the kingdom of God.
Now, this is after what? This is what happened when after he said that I've been seen for 40 days. What happened to Yahushua before that? Y'all don't know what happened, man? What happened, little man? Man, look, it was after he had got persecuted, man. Read.
Verse 4, and being assembled to commanded them that they should not depart from Jerusalem, but wait for the Father, which said he, ye have heard of me.
Read.
Truly baptized with water, but ye shall be baptized with the Holy Ghost not many days hence. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this again the kingdom to Israel?
He said, they asked the Lord, like, man, you gonna restore the kingdom of Israel? He said, when is it gonna be restored, man? Read.
And he said unto them, it is not for you of the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power, but ye shall receive power that the Holy Ghost is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth.
You say shalom.
Shalom.
Man, follow us, man. Those is on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube, man. They hit the streets a little longer when we know that the times kind of changed. You know, the weather kind of come in and set in this evening. So, but follow us on YouTube, man. Subscribe to us. The GoFundMe page, man. We might go out to try to reach some of them cities, man, and we'll see how that goes, man. But y'all gotta just send some, man. Send your pledges in to help us get to push the troop around. You got precept. Well, you got law.
So I think we brought this up.
Back
to that 1 Samuel 15:23.
We always follow the law, statutes, and commandments. So we have to, in every one of our class, we always try to bring out a law.
1 Samuel 15:23.
Read it out.
In the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 20. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
Read that again.
For rebellion is as the sin.
So this goes into being a law. That's what you don't need to be. You can't be rebellious. You know, when the Most High God gives us commandments, guess what? We are to adhere to the commandments and do them.
And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
And guess what? Even being stubborn in this laws, read on up.
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord.
Because when you are being stubborn, you are rejecting God's laws. The Bible commands us to have a humble spirit of submission. So a submissive spirit is not going to be arguing and being stubborn. Read on up.
He had also rejected thee from being king.
And a lot of times when brothers and sisters is dealing in this wickedness, rejects them, and certain things happen to them. Like I said, with that,